bakery is full of customers. They come from all over the city for the ambiance, the company, fresh coffee, and above all the desserts. Fruit tarts, cakes, parfaits, all shining like jewels, all delectable, all perfect. But this isn't a story about the bakery, or even the pastries. This is a story about Frank, the owner of the bakery and the head chef. In the cacophony of the kitchen, Frank feels a balance. He feels the flow of motions as he does what he's been doing for the past 15 years. He is making perfection. He is creating art. Frank's hands are steady and certain as they go through every action with careful, practiced precision. Every morsel of fruit goes through a rigorous inspection. Perfect. They are fit for presentation. Stepping out of his kitchen to check on the display, Frank sees the product of his work, his pride. He sees the destruction of his art at the hands of barbarians. Steely forks cut away pieces of cake and lead them to the slaughter by gnashing teeth. Streaks of frosting are left on forks and plates like streaks of blood. Frank's gaze falls on each desecration of his work. Unable to watch any longer,
Clean it up.
he goes back to his kitchen. In his bakery, nothing made by his chefs gets presented and nothing gets sold without passing through Frank's judgment. At his station, the intern prepares a batter. He is about to learn that every dessert
You finished?
goes through a rigorous inspection. Some pass.
This is too sweet. See that? That's too thick.
His didn't.
Clean the bowl. Mix it again exactly the way that I showed you how to do it.
The chefs see the events unfold and say nothing, but they're sympathetic. After 5 years, they've spent thousands of moments under Frank's critical gaze. They could be accepted into any other bakery in the city, but they stay. Frank's already turned his attention elsewhere. A special order. The centerpiece for a social gathering of an important patron. Now, as the piece comes together in its final stage, Frank can feel the flow of the motions. He doesn't have the words.
Fuck!
Except for maybe one. The sound of traffic and life in the city float in, but seem almost peaceful in juxtaposition to the noises of the kitchen. In the late afternoon light, Frank lights a cigarette. In the moment that he strikes the match and lights the cigarette, the world slows down and stills. The exhale is slow, like the sigh of relief. Then Frank hears something else. It has recently rained, and in the late afternoon sun, the alley resembles a Technicolor film or an oversaturated photograph. Raindrops cling to the leaves and railings, and Frank thinks they look like the silver of liquid sugar. Surrounded by music while the afternoon turns chilly with the evening, Frank looks at the sky, and in that moment it seems to Frank that it is as if he is looking at every sky he has ever seen that has moved him to a state of wonder. But even as he watches, the shapes of the clouds, the light, the colours, they all change.
Good job.
The bakery is much quieter now that the rush of customers has gone, but a few remain. Frank sees a little girl. She admires her pastry, reluctant to ruin it, but then... Seeing his work being enjoyed as it was meant to be, Frank smiles genuinely for the first time.